Yo, what's going down, Green Skin Entertainment fans? Your homie Jay Green back right now after a little while out because I had some amazing blessings drop right into my lap. So as you can imagine, for the last little bit of time, your homie has been exhausted to the point of, you know what I'm talking about. That being said, there's a few things that I've watched in recent times that I just had to talk about and get some thoughts and feelings off my chest. Number one at the top of the list is Welcome to Derry. My God, this show was phenomenal. For me, I think it's the best show of the year. Not to make it sound like I've watched all these different styles of shows, I haven't. But out of all the shows that I have watched throughout this year, this one from the beginning to the very end kept me engaged, entertained, and creeped out. What I love that this show did was it did not water down Pennywise at all. Sometimes we see shows based on major characters and they kind of water it down because they explain away some of the mystery and some of the spookiness or creepiness. This show built on top of what the movies had already given us in the most phenomenal way. It held no punches. One of my favorite scenes in this entire series that I thought was amazingly directed and built up throughout, and then just when you think it's ending, it keeps going, and then you think it's over again and it goes a little bit more, is with Ronnie, where she falls asleep, ends up in her mother's womb, is birthed out, then sees her mom, and her mom blames her for her death. God damn, right? Crazy shit. But I thought it was so well crafted. Another highlight is when one of the main characters of this group of kids that we're following dies towards the end in a heroic way. And then, as sad as that was, and as heartfelt as that was, and trust me, I felt it, that later on when these kids have to go and do the damn thing and be the heroes of the whole town, this kid's spirit is with them. And then during this situation, he flips Pennywise the bird, and I thought it was just so fly that he did that. It wasn't cheesy at all. And then the way that they showcased his spirit with these kids as they're doing what they need to be doing, I thought was super well done, very classy, not over the top or cheesy. Sometimes scenes in movies like that can be a little overdone. They did that with Egon in Ghostbusters Afterlife, and while I thought it worked well, it was still a little over the top for me. Here, I feel like it never took you out of the seriousness of what was going on, but when he was able to flip Pennywise the bird, you see a little bit of that kid's personality and the fact that he's in good spirits, if you will, as he's about to help his friends defeat this fool. And then later on at the funeral, when you see his parents breaking down and his friends breaking down, you kind of see glimpses of him, and you got other characters letting the parents know, hey, you know what? Your son is with you right now. And I just thought all that was so well done. Now, I'm sure that you've seen a number of things all over the internet and social media talking about all the connections that tie into Welcome to Derry. And a couple of things that I've been seeing is that basically all these Stephen King stories are connected. Now, I didn't need to do a deep dive to find out that there was a few major connections. Like, I remember early on when I heard the name Dick Halloran, and I'm like, whoa, Dick Halloran? I was like, oh shit, that's the dude from The Shining. Crazy. Then you hear about someone going to Shawshank, I'm like, oh snap, Shawshank Redemption, this is crazy. And they just kept dropping those Easter eggs, and I thought that was so much fun and so dope. And it also fit well and kind of made my mind go off because I'm like, yo, if everything is connected to this, that's pretty wild, right? Now, again, I haven't done the deep dive on it, so I haven't really seen all the different connections that are, but I am looking forward to getting into all of that because who doesn't love Stephen King? Who doesn't love his movies? And wouldn't it be nice to see how they are all actually connected? So I thought the show being able to do that and do it well and make it not cheesy or feel forced at all was a masterclass in writing, direction, and just storytelling overall. Dope as shit. Now, truth be told, when I saw the first two It films, It Chapter 1, I loved it to death. It Chapter 2, I didn't really care for as much, but that's just, I think, the nature of that chapter of the story. It's not as scary in my mind or as entertaining in my mind as that chapter 1 portion of the story. You feel me? So with a prequel, if you will, coming in hot from Andy Muschietti and Barbara Muschietti and this other guy, Jason, if I'm not mistaken, I'm like, okay, I'm here for that. It's on HBO. I'm here for that. Let's go. And I'm happy to say that everything that they built out of those films and brought into this series was 10x'd. The look from those original films is gorgeous. Some of the most beautiful horror cinematography I've ever seen. And this show is no different. Whatever the split was from real to CGI, I couldn't even tell you. But I can tell you that based on the look of the film, the makeup effects, and whatever CGI was in it, it all fit and felt realistic, tangible, and lived in, and had some of the most beautiful imagery that I've seen on screen in some time. So big ups on how this show looked. On an acting standpoint, everyone was stellar. And from a black man standpoint, I didn't realize how much this show was gonna kind of showcase lead black actors in this role. Smart lead black actors at that. So I thought the fact that this iconic horror legend in It and Pennywise and all of that was going toe to toe with some black people back in the day dealing with all the ish that America was giving them back in the day, and were the heroes of the whole freaking movie. I thought that was dope as fuck. So we got Andy Muschietti following up It Chapters 1 and Chapter 2, which were both dope. We got WB, HBO putting out another great series. We got wonderful acting from all the kid actors and the adult actors. We got beautiful black heroes. We didn't water Pennywise down at all. We amped up the violence and the gore, which I loved, and showcased more powers from him than we've ever seen before, which was dope AF with amazing sound design, with a promise for more. Man, if you ain't checked out It, Welcome to Derry.
Holy shit, man, you got to get on that.
Now, I remember when It Chapter 1 came out, it was either It Chapter 1 and or It Chapter 2. There was some talk about what if Andy Muschietti did A Nightmare on Elm Street. And based on how he directs horror and what it looks like, and the dream sequences in this series, and how he works with children, I'm here for that. Yo, if you checked out It, Welcome to Derry, holla at your homie in the comments below. Let me know what y'all thought of it. Your homie, Jay Green, I'm out.